When I first saw this, it was 2016, it appeared in my recommended with no context and no meaning. However, it called out to me, it spoke to me, so I watched it and moved on with my days. A week, maybe a month, went by and I re-watch it again, and I realized that I had missed something about the video. This video made me see the meaning of the end of a life, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start with the beginning. I see a video titled Birthday Video for a Cinnamon Roll. This title already demonstrates the themes of the whole video, but I'll get into that when it's relevant. The other part this title shows is the two sides of the video, the creator and the person whose birthday it was referred to as cinnamon roll, two unknown forces, one in control of what is shown, the other only mentioned a watcher like the rest of us, so let us see what is being shown. Michael Rosen, surrounded by fleeting animated clips, passes rapidly behind him, maybe some of the cinnamon roll's favorite clips or maybe the creator's favorite ones as they are the ones showing us this story. For a few seconds, two images appear on the screen, one in front of another. The one behind seems to show a woman about to give a blowjob while in front of it, a character from the sports anime Haikyuu named Shoyo Hinata. Then the Shrek Republic is shown on the screen approaching the viewer without anything to stop it. As soon as it gets close, it vanishes to show more of Michael Rosen and his unawareness of everything happening behind him, which builds up more and more until a man, a very well-known man who goes by the name Filthy Frank appears to laugh and yell, "Prank," and then laughs some more as he slides from one side of the screen to another. And then you get hit by it. A face suddenly appears, shaking rapidly as they blankly stare directly at the viewer, looking deep into the soul like they know that you're there watching something only meant for a select pair of eyes, and then that point is emphasized with the next scene. Text appears on the screen, taking up nearly the whole screen like it is yelling out, making sure it is heard saying, "Happy birthday dank mean kid." This must be another name for the cinnamon roll talked about in the title going by another name. But let us look at the bigger picture here. The themes of life and death are entwined within this video through the concept of birthdays. Birthdays are seen as a celebration of life, but it is also seen as a countdown, or a count up, to a person's death. This theme of death is seen throughout the whole video. First thing to look at is Michael Rosen and his history of written works. Now you maybe think that I'm going to be bringing up his book Chocolate Cake, but that book was released in 2017, 1 year ahead of the video, so unless the creator can see in the future this can't be what they are referencing. However, Michael Rosen wrote another book named Sad Book which chronicles Michael's grief at the death of his son Eddie. I am sorry for his loss. This first bit of information was when I realized how deep this video goes with the themes of the end. While they used Michael Rosen as this theme of grief at the beginning, they depicts a variety of lively and colorful animations behind him. Why? I speculate it is to show other people celebrating their own lives and going on with the days as they don't interact with Michael Rosen himself. It shows how someone can get lost within the grief from someone close to them pass away as others move on with living. So let us talk about the image I'm sure you've all been waiting for me to discuss, the porn image with Shoyo Hinata in front of it. Now you may be questioning, why was this added? It seems out of place here. Well, my dear fellow watcher, like the rest of this masterpiece, there is more meaning within the depths of these images than what is seen at first glance. The reason they used these two specific images was to represent the basic wants and desires of mankind in life. The pawn represents the lust of man and the want of a partner and relationships in their most primal form. The idea of life's purpose being to reproduce is something seen throughout time. However, the use of Shoyo Hinata covering this idea of life shows me that he is used to representing the concept of censorship in the modern day. Shoyo comes from Haikyuu, which is a sports anime that shows how media will try to add extra things to do in life, covering up the original goal of reproduction with sports and other goals that don't relate, a labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. However, just like life, the images are brief as it quickly switches scenes, and you are left thinking about how alone you truly are. This opened my eyes to life and showed me that the Creator knows what life is truly about and how quickly we can all lose track of its purpose, getting lost in the unneeded parts of life. Then the Shrek Republic is shown, which is harder to pinpoint its more profound meaning. However, my leading theory is that it shows how spread these ideals have become, but that's just a theory. Then it goes back to Michael Rosen's still representing what was discussed beforehand, but there's been a development within the story. Now the sporadic images are also shown in front of him, showing how grief can get lost within life as it goes on to show with the images covering him. Something I haven't brought up, which I bet you have been wondering about, is the music choice from the game Undertale, a game all about one's choices to let others live or die and the morals of causing death, showing the theme of life and death even within the music. Still, another thing about the game is that it was given to a particular man. The Pope, a religious man, within Christianity, believes that after death, heaven, and because of this, everyone, even non-Christians, think in the back of their minds if there is something beyond death, which is why they have used this music as background sound within the video to represent the thought of an afterlife that everyone thinks about as they go on with the days. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a man appears. This man is Filthy Frank. He is here to laugh at the viewer and yell, "Prank." But why? Is this to show that this video was nothing but a mere joke, nothing to look deeply into, or was it something to throw people off to make them think that this was for nothing? When looking deeper into the meaning of Filthy Frank, I remembered what he was most well known for, a short speech that you may have heard: "It's time to stop, it's time to stop." Then it hit me that the use of Filthy Frank wasn't to mock the watcher but to demonstrate the actual end of life. When someone's life has ended, it is time for them to stop, time for them to pass on. It was so clear to me now. And what do they see when they do? Well, it is unknown to everyone, but with the previous ties to Christianity, they say you see the creator of the world. In this instance, we as viewers see the creator of the video, the creator of this whole story, as they blankly stare as they are constantly moving like they are waiting for us to pass on to the next stage. So don't leave the devil waiting, old friend. In the end we see the line that reminds us all of our approaching death. Happy birthday dank mean kid. Now the cinnamon roll has changed into something new, as one person's death is a new person beginning in life, a rebirth, to allow a new person to take what the last person left, so they can do something new with it. I wanted to show you something. This video, with its chaos in showing life and the stages of it as we march forward to death, reminded me of a painter named Hieronymus Bosch and his painting Tondel's Vision, which depicts his interpretation of the afterlife using the chaos of the frame to filling it with creatures and information. And even though the creator uses a smaller frame to demonstrate the story of death and the meanings it brings to life, they are still able to fill it with the chaos that represents how life feels. To end this discussion, I will show you something I found when putting all the frames of this godlike video together, something that is the final puzzle piece to this video. Thank you.